So let's talk a little bit about my brush with the guardrail. I'm not really going to call it a crash because it wasn't really a crash. It was just literally a slap against a guardrail. But I'll talk you through what was going on and what was going on in my head and what I was sort of thinking. That particular road has a very high speed limit. You can go through there at a reasonable pace. It's one of the fast-paced sort of roads, and I'm normally a little bit finicky about telling people where it is because I don't want beginner riders going there. It is a more technical road and you can get caught out. Like I did, I got caught out. Going up and down that road, I've been up and down there a few times, and it is known for the road melting. It is known for that. But the last few times we've been up and down it, there's been small patches and the rest is normally fine. You're pretty good. This particular day when I was going up there, the grip was fantastic. I had no issues the whole way up. Normally in the problem spots, had no issues. It was, however, my father at the time, he was having issues with his bike. He said he had a few step outs and things along those lines. He didn't even warn me. My grip was fine. I was on little Haley, the R3, going fantastic. And you know, just hitting the twisties. It was a really good run. As I'm coming up to the corner, I noticed that it was shining. Now if you notice that the road is shiny, like it's got a real like diamond sparkle effect to it, or it's like black or real dark with a sparkle effect to it, the chances are it's melted tar. That sort of rhymed. So I've come into the corner here at a particular time that when I'm trail braking into the corner, you hear the road lift up and flick all down the exhaust and everything on my bike. As I'm coming into the corner, I'm trail braking, the front goes. As soon as that noise is heard, you can pretty much see the bike go into a slide. So I go to the rear. So I'm touching the rear and the front, and pretty much I've got nothing left. The clutch was disengaged. So I hadn't pulled the clutch in, the clutch was disengaged. The bike went silent. It was in a complete and utter sideways slide. There was nothing I could do. Absolute nothing I could do in that scenario. I knew the wall was coming, and a few people asked me, I showed them the footage, and they're like, were you scared? Like, were you actually scared when you were coming at the guard railing? I'm like, in all honesty, I wasn't. I was sitting there thinking, I'm going to hit it, right? It's going to be collateral damage, and let's minimize that collateral damage. Let's try and get as much speed washed off as possible so when I do hit the railing, I don't break my leg, you know, because I knew I was going to slap that railing. I didn't stare at the railing. My eyes were looking through the corner still. So I wasn't staring straight ahead. I was actually looking through the corner and still trying to get the bike around the corner. Leaning over in that scenario, like a few people said, and I'm just running off a few questions and stuff, but a few people said, well, why didn't you lean it? There was no more leaning. If I pushed any harder on the bars on that bike, it was going to low side. There was nothing left. It was caked in tar. The whole outside, like literally the half of my tyre folded over was caked in tar. I left a black line of tar off the road. At the time, my old man thought I'd locked the brakes up. And I said, I didn't lock the brakes up. That was tar. The bike was in a complete slide. What saved me and what the collateral damage was I started looking through the corner. I knew I wasn't going to make the corner. I'd already run wide on the apex because the bike slid. Let's try and put it into the gravel and get the grip. Now, you're probably wondering, why would you do that? Why? Like, no road bike rider says gravel is my friend. Gravel is not your friend on a road bike, but in this particular scenario, it was for me. That whole road had melted. Melted to the point you step on it, you had tar and everything on your boots. Like, it was caked. It was like patties of tar on my boots. So trying to run that line, you're going to get nowhere. You're going to low side, or even worse, you can high side. So I've gone to the gravel, and that's when the brakes have kicked in again. I've pulled my leg in. I pulled my leg into the bike, and didn't, like, some people, like, well, I call it duck feet. Some people have duck feet on bikes, so they put their foot out like that. I tucked mine in, and I normally don't, I try not to duck foot anyway on the bike, but I tucked mine in and putting my toes into the bike. So when I slap the railing, which the bike just comes in, does a quick slap again, and then pulls away, I didn't break my ankle, or my foot didn't get caught on the railing, or didn't smash my leg. Am I okay? Yes, don't worry, I'm completely fine. Got a bruise on my leg. That's the bruise on the opposite leg. This is the leg that hit the railing, and as you can see, I'm completely fine. My motorcycle gear, how did that hold up? Here's the boot that took the impact. You can see across the top there, and I don't know if you can see on the angle, but there is grazes. I didn't realise it went that far up the boot. It actually took like that part, and there's parts of it, see there? And these are RJ's boots. So took a decent gash out of that. That's why I like wearing motorcycle gear. The bike's fine, and I can probably put up a picture or something. It's just got a light scrape down the fairing. Yes, I'm disappointed that, you know, Hayley got damaged, but I didn't drop her. My whole goal was not to drop her. That was my whole thing. I'm like, I can either throw this down the road, or I can put to work my dirt bike skills and literally save this, because I knew I can save this. In my head, I'm like, I can save this. It's in a slide, but it's controllable. I can save it. It may not look it on the footage, but in my head, I knew I could save it. Through all the commotion and all the dust and shit flying everywhere and tar and everything going everywhere, I managed to just slap the wall. Towards the end, I do put my leg out, because I was then leaning the bike away from the railing, and the reason for that was to lift the bike up, so it was a slap a little bit higher up the fairing. I didn't actually realise at that particular time that the bike had slapped the railing. I thought it was just my leg. It wasn't until I went back and checked the bike that I realised that it had slapped the railing and knocked up my indicator a bit. But it's all good, it's all clipped back in and fine. So, literally entering into that corner, before I realised that the road had completely melted, it was too late. I was already in the braking zone, and it was literally rided out. I spoke to a few other riders, some of which had come down, like literally down the mountain, and said they've had 3 or 4 washouts, that they've just barely saved it, and they said they're turning around, the road is complete mush. Other guys at the bottom of where it was, they turned around and said, yep, there's been other road closures. There was no signs on this road, guys, that was saying that there's melting tar. There was no signs whatsoever saying that the road had melted. That's where I was a little bit disappointed. They should have shut that road down. While we were there but weren't filming, 2 cars lost control and slid and almost hit the bloody railing too. So it's literally, cars were sliding. It wasn't just me. Cars had already slid and smacked that railing before I hit it. I hit it exactly where a car had hit it. And it's just, the road had completely melted. By the time we had got down to a town, and I was talking to other blokes that were going up there, I said, don't go up there. You can look at my bike, you can look at my boot. This is literally what happened. If you want, I'll show the bloody footage. I don't care. And they've gone, yeah, well, we actually know a dude in Queensland that suffered from bloody melting tar and he broke his leg. Exact same thing, the bike just sunk in the tar, fell over, broke his leg. Anyway, it's really funny that I'm talking about this because going back a couple of months, a fair while actually, I did a post on Facebook, my Facebook page, about this exact issue, saying on how dangerous it is. Do I say no more? Like, guys, it is so dangerous. It is so dangerous. I don't know if you've ever experienced it, but the only way to explain it is you're riding on grease. Like, you take any road bike, any dirt bike surface, like you ride in the mud, you ride in the sand, you ride in that, that's controllable. Like, I'm telling you, it's controllable. You slide all over the joint, yes, but when you're in tar and that bike is in a complete slide, there is nothing you can do apart from ride it out, literally. Now, the reason why I say, like, beginner riders, why would they have such an issue with it, or why would they have been caught out? Most of the time in a scenario like that, if you're a novice rider, you're going to grab the brake. That's what you're going to reach for. You're going to go the brake straight away. If I'd gone the brake and really reefed on the brake like a novice rider would have done, I would have gone down the road and I would have smacked that railing at whatever I'd come into the corner braking. I think it was like 80 kilometers an hour, 80, 90, something like that. I would have gone straight to the railing at that speed. That could have been fatal. So instead of not braking, sometimes it's counterintuitive. You don't brake, you just ride it out. And doing that, it lowered the collateral damage. So yeah, I just thought I would explain to you guys, show you some of the gear. The pants are fine, like my riding pants are fine, jacket's fine, gloves are fine, everything else is fine. The bike just copped a little bit of damage, but hey, it is what it is. And yeah, I hope you guys learn from this. This is why I'm uploading this video. I could hide it and say that I'm some professional rider. I'm not a professional rider. I'm not claimed to be a professional rider. I'm not even saying that I'm a remotely expert rider. All I'm saying is I commute every single day on the motorcycle. I've been through a lot of conditions and I've done it for a fair few years now. So it's, yeah, and I've ridden dirt bikes like since I was really young. So I've done a lot of stuff on motorcycles, and that's all I'm saying. And if I can help you guys prevent this from happening, or at least if you're in a scenario like that and you think of this video and go, hey, you know, that guy saved it or slapped the railing by doing this, you know, I've done my job. So feel free to watch the video as many times as you want. Like I said, I'm my own critic. I've watched the thing at least 20-30 times, raw footage, and analysed it to the nth degree, watched every single angle, and yeah, man. So as always, guys, if you like the video, give it a huge thumbs up. Not that this is a really fun video or anything along those lines. If you want, feel free to join the ride, subscribe, and as always, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot them down in the comment section. Like I said, I'm fine, bike's fine, came out of it alright, and MCO Railing, you saved my life. Not normally saying that, but yeah, if not, it was going to be straight over the cliff. Yeah, lovely. Anyway, guys, till next time, ride safe and peace.